Fantasy Football Marathon.
Now on SportsCenter, Antonio Brown explains himself. New comments today on his helmet controversy and frostbitten feet. Plus, Adam Schefter takes us around the NFL for the very latest on the 4 biggest training camp no-shows. Also, Manning versus Jones and Hasselbeck versus Hasselbeck. The QB brothers debate how the Giants quarterback battle will shake out. And PTI's bonus segment. Kornheiser and Wilbon react to new details about Andrew Luck's leg injury. This is SportsCenter.
Where do you think you'll be able to practice?
I guess you guys stay tuned.
Here's Kevin Nagandi and Sage Steele.
We started this fantasy football marathon exactly 24 hours ago, and the tote board looks like my point total this upcoming season against Sage.
Whatever.
I had 3 superstar quarterbacks that fall on the wrong side of Matthew Berry's love-hate relationship. And Sage, speaking of interesting relationships.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting relationship between you and me this season, I will tell you that. However, it's not about us. 2 weeks to the day after Antonio Brown's last practice with the Oakland Raiders, he is back. Boy, does AB know how to keep things interesting when absent. Lots of drama over the last 2 weeks, and hey, you saw that. Never a dull moment with this franchise. To Napa we go. That is Brown walking in with his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, today. First, it was the frostbitten feet, still an issue after he failed to protect them properly after entering a cryotherapy chamber last month in France before he entered it. And then it was AB's threat to retire if the league did not grant his appeal to wear his old helmet, an appeal that he lost. But good news on that front today, I guess. Today, Brown talked about all of it.
You found the helmet yet that you're comfortable wearing?
Well, we're working with the NFL in regards to the helmet, and I'll be make sure I put on the right equipment-approved helmet, and I'll be ready to go shortly.
Have you been told that if you find a newer version that's less than 10 years that you'll be able to wear it, or will you have to have it certified first? Or what?
Yeah, they have to certify it and do all the procedures, but we are working with the NFL to make sure we're following all the procedures to be out there, man, in the right equipment. I'm battling with a foot injury. You know, I see my face all over the news, all the talk, but these guys have been doing a good job with supporting me. It's grateful to hear them come out about it, and I'm excited here to just do my job.
What is the foot injury?
Huh?
What is the foot injury specifically?
What is it?
Yeah.
I think you guys already announced it, right?
Where do you think you'll be able to practice?
I guess you guys stay tuned, I guess.
I guess we will. To reiterate, though, Brown's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, he also said they have indeed located a helmet that Brown likes. They just need to get it reconditioned and certified. Stay tuned for that. Meantime, Paul Gutierrez is our Raiders reporter, joins us now from training camp in Napa, California. Paul, we've heard from Brown. What about the head coach, John Gruden? What did he say after AB returned today?
You know, it's interesting the way that John Gruden defended Antonio Brown after the game on Saturday, which he was not there because Antonio hasn't been here for 2 weeks. But he said that he defends him, he supports him, he wants him to be around this team because he's got a lot of plays that he wants to run with him out there on the field. And when he was asked specifically, what does it mean to have Antonio Brown back, he kind of expanded a little bit more.
We'll work him back in. Obviously, it's great to have him back. You know, we've had a pretty good understanding in spite of what people think. We had a pretty good understanding what's going to happen, and now we're ready to get rolling.
You expect him for the opener?
Oh yeah, yep.
Was it important to you to have him come out here today, be out here in Napa today?
I'm not going to really talk about it anymore. We've had a pretty good understanding of the foot injury. We know where he's been. We know what he's been through. We're thrilled to have him back, and obviously we think he's a great player, and we're anxious to get the men together and get rolling.
And I'll tell you what, John Gruden's not the only guy that was excited to have Antonio Brown back. The guy that's going to benefit the most from him, Derek Carr, he talked about getting back on the same page with him, and it's only going to take a few reps to get that going forward, and they are definitely looking forward to week 1 and hooking up on the field.
Paul Gutierrez with the latest as the Raiders prepare for preseason game number 2, though. That is Thursday at Arizona. Paul, thank you. And by the way, AB's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, said this today about the foot injuries. This is from The Athletic's Vic Tafer. He said Brown needed laser treatment on his injuries. He also added that it was a far bigger deal than his helmet situation, and said AB is back today because his off-site treatment is complete. Kevin?
Wow. NFL insider Adam Schefter is here joining us now, Sage. And obviously the feet are the bigger concern right now because they're still not 100% healthy. What do you make of Gruden's comments today with Brown back?
He knew just what to say to placate Antonio Brown and to make him feel wanted, supported, beloved, respected, which is exactly what he needs to do to Antonio Brown to get him back into the fold, to make him a part of the team. I think Antonio Brown was disappointed on Friday, July 30th, when the Raiders wanted him to wear an approved helmet, and he didn't. And that was the reason that he initially left the field, and that was the time he went back home. His feet right now, as Drew Rosenhaus pointed out today, are fine. They don't seem to be a real issue. He can run around. We've seen him run around this summer. It's a serious injury that he went through, and you've seen the bottom of his feet, but the helmet is what drove him away and what kept him away during the time that he was gone for over 2 weeks.
Most telling thing of you just saying how Gruden handled it. We'll see how long he must handle it this way by saying these things to make him feel wanted.